Welcome. I'm going to front load this video. The game plan is to make TTRPG related content, primarily for creatives, writers, designers. Of course, DMs fall under that umbrella. I'm not saying there's not going to be anything for players, period, but the main goal here is going to be to inform and give you the tools you need and inspire so that ideally you can go and, work on and complete the projects you're going to be working on. Of course, that includes prep work. So that's where we can fit DMs into here. It's not just for us fancy professionals here. Within the coming months to year, I do see myself covering proper topics in depth. But I also would like to have some more stable content that is just a show idea that I can just consistently knock out of the way. I do think I know what that is, but I'm going to hold it back for now. I have a bunch of different live streams planned. At least one of them will have to do with that show idea. So if you're paying attention there, then there you go. But yes, beyond just making TTRPG content, my goal is to also remain flexible enough to be able to take advantage of opportunities and to also not necessarily lock myself into one box. I don't just want to be like the guy that covers character builds, or the guy that covers dungeons, or the guy that just gives DM advice, right? Those are all great niches, but they already exist out there. So I think that what I can provide is general knowledge about everything, be a well-rounder, right? I'm very good at taking a topic or an idea and then breaking it down so that people can understand it and can then go forth and apply it to their own stuff, right? So that's my goal here, is that I'm going to be covering things that I think creatives can go and reapply. That's it, plain and simple. I'm also human, so I'm gonna goof off a little bit, right? I want to finish up Pokemon Scarlet. I'm a big fan of beyond just Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Dark Souls, and challenge runs. So I could definitely see myself doing some of that. So the live streams is gonna be the place where I'm gonna more so be flexible in myself on the actual video side of YouTube. I'm going to try and keep things professional. YouTube doesn't like swearing right now, so I'm going to try and straighten my tie a little bit. But yes, that's the broad strokes, right? It's going to be both a personal channel, but then also one where I hope people can come to get inspired, walk away with something that they can then go and act upon. What do I mean by inspire people, though? I'm also going to be using the term steal in a lot of these shows and videos, right? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that I don't think that artists create things in a vacuum. I do think that we do need to be consuming various bits of media and mining that for inspiration, right? By stealing, I don't necessarily mean you copy-paste it word for word, but you can steal an element of a character or an element of a plot from a show, or an element of a dungeon, or a trap from a dungeon, right? There are things that you can steal and then recontextualize within your project, whatever that ends up being, be that a different genre or flavor or dungeon type or type of NPC, right? Of a different alignment. You see what I mean, right? But you can steal from something else and then make it yours. And that's what I plan to do, is to try and expose you to things that I think are cool in a way that will help you steal from them and make them yours. That's not something that I think everyone gets. I'm having a hard time properly articulating it, but if you're a creative, you probably know where I'm getting at. Not everything just is truly original. To a degree, originality doesn't exist. Even if you think you're being truly original, that is probably informed, at least on a subconscious level, by your experiences or the media you consumed as a child, at the very least, right? That subconsciously, us creatives, we're stealing anyways. That's where tropes come from, right? And I think that what I want to do is try and get people comfortable with tropes and comfortable with the idea of borrowing from different places and making it theirs, so that we can ideally see a lot more creators creating and having fun and telling amazing stories for, their audience. In this case, their players, if we are keeping to the tabletop focus, right? Hopefully that makes sense. in that sense, if you want to see me as, I guess, a storytelling coach, great. If you want to see me as an over-analytical butt face that is just going to break down everything and then get you the information you need, a human nutcracker, if you will, yeah, sure, I'll feed you walnuts. That sounds like a good analogy to me. But hopefully that you got an okay idea of where I'm going with this in terms of the channel direction. Bit of background. I had planned to take this channel in a bit of a different direction, and then the algorithm changed. So then I was scrambling and was just like, well, I guess we're going to go with plan B, which plan B was finish my portfolio, put it out there, ideally get hired as a writer, designer, editor. I could have worn a lot of different hats. I think I'm good enough to wear those hats, but I can't convince people that I'm good enough to wear those hats without evidence of that, hence the portfolio, right? So I doubled down on that, and then this OGL stuff happened, and that backup plan then got shattered as well. So I was scrambling for a little bit, and I picked up the pieces, and I think I found a good direction that I can take the YouTube channel. I can't quite go the direction I wanted publisher-wise, in terms of like being a third-party publisher for D&D. That's not something that is available to me now, and it's not something that I feel comfortable with anytime within the near future. Even if they do backtrack all their nonsense, I don't think I can trust them, and I don't think that I'm ready to give them anything. Unless I was being paid to do so, but that's not gonna happen anytime within the near future. But I'm gonna be exploring a lot of alternative systems. I already have. I'm going to be doing what I can to help the fledgling systems out that I can discover and that I believe in. We'll see where that goes. To that degree, you could consider me a bit of a news channel, right? I'm gonna try and expose you to new things. I'm going to be trying to learn these new systems. If there's aspects of them that I really like, that I like to get out there, then yeah, I'm going to make a video about it. And in the case of Relics and its core rules, that sure was a 2-hour-long video. It wasn't wasted time. It did need to take that long, but also that was a big project. I had fun though, so I'm down to do that again. But anyways, I'm going to try and keep things a little bit more digestible and manageable from now on. Something that brings me great comfort, being a 5e head like me, is the idea that just because D&D is dying for some of us, just because the system that we enjoy as a part of our hobby, and the system that we had expertise in, that we are comfortable with, just because that's going away for a little while for some of us, that doesn't mean that the tabletop hobby as a whole is going away. That doesn't mean that those stories are going away. That doesn't mean that bringing joy to your players and having fun at the table is going away. And that's still something that I can cover in a system agnostic way. It's not the direction I'd planned, but I certainly have the expertise and skills needed to do so. So that's going to be something I'm going to be exploring beyond just exploring different systems. Maybe I do eventually start specializing in one of them. But for right now, for the foreseeable future, my goal is to just inspire anyone, regardless of your system or setting or whatnot. My goal is to hopefully create value for you, right? That includes players too, right? Like, I focus on the designer and the writer and the DM aspect of it in this video, right? But there's nothing saying that, like, I can't go over an NPC from a module and you're just like, oh, that's actually a really cool character trait. I'm going to then recycle that when I write my next player character. They're going to have that character trait too. It's a good foundation, a skeleton to flesh out and build upon, right? So I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised regardless of who you are as a person. Even if you're not into this hobby, I'm sure that at the very least you could play my videos as background noise and listen to me while playing Dark Souls or something, right? That's something I tend to do. Is I'll listen to like long form videos in the background while I try and relax. But all right, I think that's enough of me trying to sell myself and sell the general concept of where I'm going with this channel. I think you probably have it figured out, and if you don't, I think you'll get there when I make like my next couple videos. So until then, I will see you at the live streams, or yeah, I'll see you in those videos. Push the happy buttons, and you have a good day.